everyone, it's Cindy Davis, the Feel Good Coach, and welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you really enjoy yourself here. So today's video is going to be called April Favourites. I'm planning to do these every month. Obviously they won't all be called April Favourites, that would be weird. And they're going to be a roundup of the kind of places I've been, things I've done, products I've used, tools I've tried out, books I've read, all that kind of stuff, things that I've enjoyed, feel good favourites that have really helped to enrich my life in the last month, and that maybe by sharing them with you will help you to find them and do the same. So if that sounds like the kind of video you would like to watch, then just keep watching. Alright, so I'm just going to get straight into it and start talking about some of the things I've been up to this month. So I've got a little post-it note here of the highlights because you don't want to hear about my whole diary. That would be so boring. So one of the big things that happened for me this month is I got back into going to rock choir. So I had some personal stuff earlier in the year. If you know me personally, you might know that. And I took some time out from everything, including, you know, work for a lot of the time as well. And I stopped going to rock choir, and it was because I didn't feel like I could just kind of walk in there. I'd kind of lost my confidence a little bit. And if you don't know what rock choir is, it's a fantastic inclusive choir where you don't have to read music or be a musician or even be, you know, like a massively brilliant singer. You can just go along, enjoy the songs. I mean, this month we're learning. Oh my gosh, how's that song gone out of my head? This month we're learning Shut Up and Dance With Me, which is a brilliant song. It was in the charts last year, 2016, and I absolutely love it. And it's really upbeat, and I've really enjoyed starting to learn that. So that's been brilliant. Love being back at rock choir. It really does feed my soul. Singing, research has shown, does actually improve your mental and physical health. It's good for your cardio system, as well as improving mood, making you feel more connected, and some other benefits as well. I've got a blog somewhere, so I'll link that below, the blog about singing and how good it is for us. So yeah, getting back into rock choir has been a massive favourite of the month for me. Really love it, and looking forward to all the songs we've got to learn this term. We're going to learn True by Spandau Ballet. Love that song. And King of Wishful Thinking by Go West. Again, a song I love, so absolutely loving that, really enjoying rock choir. So if you want to find out more about rock choir, I will put a link below and you can check it out and see if there's one in your area. There's bound to be one nearby. So another thing that happened this month is we had a meeting about a festival that I'm part of organising. Last year in 2016 there was a happiness festival, a health and happiness festival, in fact, in Gloucester, that I took part in, and somehow I got involved in organising the next one. We were planning to do it this year, but we haven't been able to pull the resources together, so we're planning for next year, June 2018. So if that's something you're interested in, then keep your eyes peeled for that. We're going to be organising another health and happiness festival in Gloucester, and I'll be sharing more details obviously here on my channel and on all my social media, so do make sure you connect with me down below, all in the description box, all the things you need to know, so that you can be involved in the next festival. So that's something that's been really positive. We had a really good meeting. We were all feeling a bit kind of, oh, we're not really moving forward with it, and we just had this massive sort of boost of energy, and we all felt it when we made a few decisions about how it's going to be. So look out for that. That'll be coming next year, 2018. Another thing that happened this month is something that happens every month is I went for my reflexology with my friend Kaylee. I made a decision late last year to become a VIP member, which means I pay monthly and I get a session every single month, and that means, you know, that happens by direct debit, so I don't have to think about it, and it means I make sure I have my sessions because I've paid for them, and it's absolutely brilliant, and it helps me to stay well and focused and deal with things and be more resilient and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great mind body kind of thing. I did do a little video about that, self-care video, so I'll put a link down below for that as well, or maybe I'll put a little card up here that you can click on, and it'll probably be in the suggested videos at the end. So that was it, of reflexology. So thinking about, you know, looking after yourself and making sure that you're okay, finding those things that make you feel really well. So reflexology, absolutely love that. I went to networking, I went to a few things. I went to Laptop Friday twice in April, I believe. Laptop Friday for me is more about kind of just building relationships, catching up with people that I know, having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and just having a chat. And it's a really, really lovely informal networking in Cheltenham. So if you're in the area, it's a good one to go to. It's every Friday morning till lunchtime in Smoky Joe's in Cheltenham. So again, I will get a link, put that down below for you so you can find out all the details for that. If you're in business or you are looking to be in business, then it might be a good place to come and meet lots of lovely, friendly business people. I also went to Rekindle in Cirencester, which I also go to every month, and we've been having training sessions at the end of those sessions. The lady Virginia who runs it, she's starting to bring in more training to give that added value. So not only do we get the networking, we're getting all this training and education as well from Clive, Hook and Chloe, I've forgotten her surname, from Clearworth. So they're doing lots of training for us on things that matter, like conversational selling, you know, how to negotiate and all that kind of stuff. So we're learning lots of personal skills. For me, a lot of it is stuff I already know, but I never go into anything thinking I already know that, because you always learn something new when you hear it from someone else or in a different way or at a different time. Don't you find that? You know, you read a book again and suddenly you learn all this stuff that you didn't learn the first time you read it. So that's what I love about constantly learning, constantly going to training and reading books. I'm always, even if it's something I've heard before, I'm hearing it in a different way. I always say I've got different ears now because I've changed since then. And so that's been absolutely brilliant. I'm really enjoying that at Rekindle. I really love the training at the end, so good job there, Virginia and your team. Because I've had this stuff to deal with from earlier in the year, I have been, again, putting more self-care in. I had a session of M-braining, which is one of the tools I use with my clients. I went along to one of my coaches and had some M-braining myself. And it's a really, really good process for letting go of stuff and also kind of finding out what's going underneath the surface and aligning yourself, all parts of yourself, so that you're moving forward in a kind of a sensible way. And it for me, it was also a really good reminder of how exhausted my clients are at the end of a session, because we do a whole lot of kind of therapy in a really, really short time. And if you were going for like a talking therapy, it would be sort of, you know, several weeks worth of work probably, all condensed into a really short 1 hour session. So I was exhausted, but it has really helped me to kind of get some perspective and let go of some stuff. And another way that that's happened for me this month, which has been ace, absolutely brilliant, was seeing my business coach Carrie Lindy and having a strategy session with her, which again, a lot of it was about actually working out where I am now, kind of emotionally, or where I am in my business, how I'm moving forward, what I'm ready to do now, because you know that I'm going through a process. I need to be kind to myself and not expect too much, but still expect something of myself and still be moving forward, and not to just sort of stagnate and indulge myself. So it was great to talk to Carrie and get that balance between, yes, being kind to myself, but also taking some action. So that was so valuable. And I'm going to put a link down below for Carrie's website. She's an absolutely brilliant business coach, and I love working with her. She has turned my business around. Along with me, I've done a lot of work too. So so that's the kind of things I've been up to and the places I've been. Also last weekend or the weekend before, my husband and I went for a lovely walk in Tewkesbury and had a brilliant time, just spending time in nature, relaxing, being in the moment and all that kind of stuff. So I made a video about that. It's a lovely vlog, and I'll make sure there's a link up here or up here, wherever it appears, so that you can watch that if that's something you'd like to see. Okay, so that's all the sort of places I've been and people I've seen. So I'm going to talk about some of the products I've loved, and these are going to be kind of really diverse and weird. So you might think, oh my gosh, I didn't realise this was going to be a video about that. So I'll jump right in with it. If you've been watching my videos since beginning of April, that I've been really sort of putting a concerted effort into my channel, you'll notice that I am a big fan of a bright lip, and this is something that has happened as a result of wanting to boost my confidence up because of, you know, where I was. And I am always a doer and an implementer, and if I think something makes me feel a bit better, I'm going to do more of that thing. So that has led to me wearing a brighter lipstick, and actually I'm a massive fan of this one, which is called Raspberry Smoothie, and that's what I'm wearing today. And it's from Poundland, would you believe? You might not be a big fan of it, but it's something that I've really loved. So it's about finding something that if there's something that makes you feel good, if it's a little thing that can just perk you up and get you out the door, then why not go for it? Go for it. Just find that thing and do it. And on that note, there's another thing you might not notice. I don't know how well you can see, but I've got quite a shiny face, and I've kind of fallen in love with highlighters as well. So I tend to walk around with a very shiny face. I love shiny things. I'm a bit of a magpie, always have been. I love bright colours, and I love sparkly things and shiny things. So anything I can do that adds a bit more shine and sparkle makes me happy. I've always got a bit of jewellery on or something, and then being able to put a bit of shine on my face for some reason makes me really happy. So I've been doing that too, and I picked up this, which is just like a highlighting kit from Primark. I got it yesterday actually. I've got a few highlighters, but this is the one that I've got on today, and this is from Primark, and it's really cute, and it was £4, and it's just so nice to do a little something for myself that doesn't cost a lot, but just perks me up and makes me feel really good. So that is something that I've been really enjoying in April. Another thing I've really loved is I have a phone case which has got my branding on, and it's really useful actually, because when you get your phone out somewhere, you know, people are always interested in what's that on your phone. And I got this from a company called, I think it's gocustomized.co.uk. I'll find the link and put it down there. And I ordered this, and I can't remember exactly, I think it was £17 with postage, something like that. But I ordered it, and actually the first one came, and it didn't quite fit right. It seemed to fit okay at the start, and then it seemed to, I don't know if it shrank or what, but it just didn't seem to fit quite right. So I got in touch with them, and they were brilliant, and they sent me a replacement. It fits perfectly, and it protects my phone, and I think it looks really cool. I hope you think so too. But anyway, I will put some links below for that, because it's a really good tip for if you do have a business of your own or trying to promote what you do, whatever it is, then having your branding on your phone like that, something you're going to be waving in people's faces all the time, is a really good tip for just raising visibility and getting people to ask questions like, oh, what's that you've got on your phone? So that's a really, really good one. I've really enjoyed using that, and I've already been asked about it twice since I've had it. One thing I wanted to mention as well is I've got some little fairy lights behind me. They are just little ones with a battery pack. I got them from Amazon for £2.99. I love them. They're super bright. They're tiny, tiny LEDs. They're absolutely tiny, but I think it really brightens up my office and makes me happy. So as you can tell, there's a theme here. These are all things that make me feel good. All the places I've been, all the people I've seen, all the products I love, they're all about feeling good, because that's what I'm all about. And so those little lights, they're lovely. I'll see if I can find the link for those too, and there's going to be lots of links. I'm going to put them all down below. If there's anything I talk about, I will try and find whatever I can about it and put it there for you in case you're interested. Two more things I wanted to mention, it might be two. This cardigan I've been loving in April. I bought this a couple of years ago in H&M. Yellow is my favourite colour, if you don't know. I adore yellow. This is my favourite shade of yellow, a kind of custardy lemony yellow. I love it. And so in April, here in the UK, and especially in Cheltenham where I live, it's been kind of variable, the weather. We've had sunshine, we've got sunburn, and then driving back from Rekindle on Wednesday, I drove back through a snow blizzard. So I just, on those grayer days when it doesn't feel that sunny and feels a bit grim, in fact, some days it's really dark when you get up, isn't it? I put on my yellow cardigan, it really perks me up, it makes me feel amazing, and I can see it, it's in my peripheral vision all the time, and when I'm making videos, there it is right in front of me too. So I'm loving my yellow cardigan. So for me, that's a tip about using colour. If you feel a bit crappy, if the weather's grey, put something bright on, really cheer yourself up, and everybody else who sees you, because everyone always comments on my yellow cardigan and says how summery I look or how sunny I look. So always thinking about the colour that you use. I've got a brilliant friend who's a stylist called Hazel Robinson, nuts about style, so I'm going to leave a link to her stuff down below as well, because she's ace, and she can teach you all about colour and what suits you, but wearing something that's bright will really, really perk you up. So that's something I have been loving. Now, was that everything? Did I say two more things? Oh yeah, this. So this week I started a new thing in my VIP client group that I run specifically for my clients, which is that I will, at the start of each week, just go on a Facebook Live and tell them what I've been reading and what's been good about it, and then pick one of these cards and we'll all use that as our focus for the week. So this week it was this card, Ambition. So these are wisdom cards by Diana Cooper and Greg Seward. Don't know how to say that. And they're just in a little stand thing like this. And I shuffled them and I've put them all in here. And then what I do is this is the card we're using. Oh, hello, put it in front of the lens, that would help. This is the one we're using this week, Ambition. So it's all about actually making sure that your goals are aligned with like the bigger picture, with what's really important, and not like going after someone else's goals or something just for the sake of it. So that it's a really good, and it says ambition is like rocket fuel propelling you towards your goal, which is ACE. So I've said ACE a lot. I'm having a real 80s throwback with all these rock choir songs we're learning. And it's got a little affirmation at the bottom, which you can't see because I'm not holding it properly. Which we will always change into an affirmation. If you don't know what they are, again, I'll do a little link thing so you can go to my video about affirmations. So I've been loving this pack to help give me a focus every week, and also as an added little thing for my clients. So really love this pack. I don't know where it came from. I think a friend gave it to me, but it might well be on Amazon, and if it is, I will try and find that for you. And now the other thing I was going to talk about was what I've been reading or listening to. So I've been reading a book called You Have Me at Hello on Kindle, and stupidly I haven't got the author written down. But I'm really enjoying it. It's just a bit of chick lit. It's a bit of kind of, respite for my brain from all the learning that I do all the time. What I've been listening to is an audiobook on Audible. So I'm just going to grab it up so you can see. So there it is. It's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. Are you going to focus, camera, or not? Oh, well, anyway, I will put a link again to that below. If you haven't got Audible, I highly recommend it. It's $7.99 a month, and you get one book a month that you can use. You get a credit a month that you can use on any book that you choose that's available on Audible. And there's so much on there, and it's a brilliant way of learning on the go. So I stick it on when I'm in the car and learn as I go. I stick it on in the morning as part of my routine, which I am going to do a video about my morning routine, so look out for that coming up. If I'm stuck somewhere and I'm waiting around, I can just shove my earphones in and listen to my audiobook and feel like I'm not wasting time, I'm still learning. This book has been brilliant, The 5-Second Rule, and it's not about, when you drop your food on the floor and you have to pick it up and eat it within 5 seconds. It's not that at all. It's a tool that Mel Robbins discovered by accident, really, the same way I sort of discovered things by sort of trying something and seeing if it works. And she was going through a hard time in her life. She was really struggling to get out of bed. She'd watched a launch at NASA of one of the shuttles or something the night before. So in the morning, she just said to herself, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. And she got out of bed. And she found out that it really worked for her. She did lots of research into the psychology of why it works. And what she's discovered is that by counting backwards, we are interrupting the sort of processes that are automatically happening, the habits, the thinking habits that we have that make us do what we always do. So for instance, in her case, it was kind of, oh, it's the morning, I really don't want to get up, all these horrible things are happening in my life, I don't have to deal with them, it'd be much easier if I just stayed in bed. Nobody's going to mind, no one's going to notice if I stay in bed a bit longer, it won't affect anything, and all that kind of inner conversation that we have. So she'd interrupted that by counting backwards. If she counted forwards, it would have been different, because you can just keep counting, you can get distracted, whatever. But when you do a countdown from 5 to 0, there's an end point, and then something has to happen. Have you ever noticed that when you do a countdown backwards, something always happens when you get to the end? It just has to. It's just the way our brains work, and so that's kind of how it works, really. And so she's written this book talking about all the different applications for using 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because that's the essence of the book. You just count backwards and then do the thing, and you could just take away what I've just said and do it. She's got a TED talk which I'll find, in which she talks about this as well. So I'll find the TED talk, which is supposed to be really good, which I haven't seen. I just stumbled on the book the way you do. Where am I going with this? Yeah. So what I'm going to say is, get this book. Just get it, because it is really, in the short time, given all the stuff that I know and all the stuff I can do, in the short time that I've been reading this book, just this week, maybe a little bit last week, it has helped me so much. It has helped me the day that I didn't sleep very well the night before and I woke up in the morning and I didn't really want to get up. It helped me get out of bed. It's helped me make this video today, even though it's Saturday, because I was inspired to do it, and so it felt like the right thing to do. And it got me started. And so many other things, I can't even remember all the things, like unloading the dishwasher and all sorts of things that I didn't feel like doing at the time. I just got them done. I just got them done by using that technique. So get this book. I recommend it. I can't recommend it enough, actually. It's absolutely brilliant. And I will make sure there's a link down below if you'd like to click that and buy it through Amazon, or get it wherever you can get it, or get it on Audible. That's what I do recommend. And it's just brilliant. And if you do get it, or if you've read it, let me know in the comments what you thought and how it's helped you, because I found it brilliant. So that brings us to the end. That's all of my April favourites. We've had a little bit of a chat. We've got to know each other a little bit better, and you've seen some of my craziness, and I didn't think of an end for this video, so I'm just going to go straight into the outro. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up, and remember to hit the subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any of my future videos. If you notice the background's a bit different, it's because I've had to refilm this outro because it didn't film properly, so that's why there's a plant suddenly appeared behind me. If you have your own feel-good favourites, then do please share them in the comments below. I'd love to find some new things to try out that help me to complete my feel-good mission, and look out for my next video. I'll speak to you really, really soon. Have a fabulous day.